Alright, super quick update on Elon. So, like we said in yesterday's video, like we said the day before that, it is going to be boring, choppy price action coming into this Fed meeting. If you're new to the channel and this is the first time you've heard of this, the next Federal Reserve meeting is between the 3rd and the 4th of May. So, in theory, within the next 24 hours, at latest if they take their time, 48 hours, we should have an update on the Federal Reserve. Now, I have seen this a lot of the time. I've been in Elon for the good part of half a year now, and in the past year specifically with the crypto markets, every time there's a Federal Reserve meeting, because of all this quantitative easing, the Fed meeting seems to have much more of an impact than it previously did. Everyone seems to sell the news into the Fed meetings, or rather everyone gets panicked out of the market coming into these Fed meetings, and then what normally happens is, a week or so before, you go sideways into the Fed meetings. You don't really do too much. You just chop and go sideways, literally like this, kind of like how I drew. And then, the Fed meeting's done. We normally literally rally out of this very, very quickly. That's in my experience. And for Elon specifically, it has been working like a charm every single Fed meeting. And I'm actually going to update my personal Elon plan, where I'm gonna have to figure out some type of dynamic DCA out of the market as the Fed meeting comes in, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way to DCA into the market as the Fed meeting ends. And I think a good thing to do could perhaps to be sell maybe, I'd say 15 to 20% of my Elon like a week or two before the Fed meeting, watch it come down, and then literally buy the second the Fed meeting's done. I think on average you would 9 out of 10 times hit the hammer on the head with that one. So like I said, it's going to be a quick video. If we look at your momentum indicators, the bears are clearly in control. It does look like we are about to have a move to the downside. If we zoom in on the 4 hour, once again you can see your lows down here. We are literally sitting on them right now. It looks like we're about to take them out. So, it doesn't really matter to me if we do hold them or not. Like I said, for the next day or so, I think it's just going to be choppy sideways action. And I could definitely imagine if we do come down to these lower price targets, if we do come down to the bottom of this channel around the 8 region before the Fed meeting finishes, I could definitely look to DCA. The second the Fed meeting's done, the second I know that they're not going to do anything outlandish, for example, if they plan on increasing the interest rates drastically, that could have a dire impact on the market. So I want to make sure that I'm DCAing and I'm entering the market again once confidence has returned into the market, and I believe confidence will return into the market after the Feds had their meeting, as long as they're not going to talk about raising the interest rates, at least in the short period of time. If the Fed says, we're going to raise interest rates by X amount today, I think, the Bitcoin market's going to have a tank, the stock market's going to have a tank. The stock market and the crypto market is already on the verge of having a tank. And Elon would obviously follow whatever the crypto market does. So there's a lot of variables going on right now, a lot of variables. So like I said, I've said this for the past 2 days. I said I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines. I think we're just going to chop to the side. We could potentially come down like 15% or so since I started talking about these Fed meetings a couple of days ago. So it's going to be Chop Nation. We might not break down, we might just hover to the side, but either way, I really think we're going to do something like this, or we're going to do something like this coming into the Fed meeting before we do rally out of here. Like I said, it's going to be a boring couple of days. That's pretty much all I've got for Elon. After the Fed meeting is done, my personal short-term price target would be a move back up to the top of this channel, which would be a 36% increase. Now, I do think if the Fed meeting does finally come about, we do get out of here on the Fed meeting and nothing outlandish would be said, I think we'd have a very solid chance of breaking out of this in the next month or so. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that for Elon. If we extrapolate, where would the 618 fib be? So your 618 Fibonacci would be right here. Let me just make sure that's right. Yep, that's the right Fibonacci. So I'll mark this orange because I don't like having too many fibs on my screen. Whenever you see me mark a horizontal ray orange, it simply means that it's a Fibonacci. And then I like to differentiate, make other horizontal resistances red or green depending on whether they're support. But this is just a way where I can remove a fib from my chart and I can still say, okay, where would the price target be? Okay, you know, we've got a 618 up here. You know, I can draw it back later and I can perfectly re-verify it. That's your 618. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm just making sure we're all on the same page here with these with all these lines. So that's all I've got. I think it's going to be Chop Nation coming into the Federal Reserve meeting. Give it another day or so. I think the price action is going to be boring until then, but after then, I think we'll be rallying out of here. Like I said, very quick video. That's all I've got for Elon today. Best of luck if you're in it. Best of luck if you're trying to get in. As always, none of this is financial advice. Just my opinion on the market. Cowboy out. Peace.